Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation. I am Srijana and today I'm going to talk about overview and justification of science learning opportunities in early childhood. So science learning is very important in early childhood since the young children are naturally curious and desire to learn about anything in the surroundings, like looking at the sky, why is the sky blue, and seeing the plants grow, how do they grow, why do they grow, and why does the ice melt, etc. So these questions indicate that children are already little scientists. The science learning opportunities enable children to learn about their environment, investigate and explore it in meaningful manner. So let's see what is science. Science is the study of natural world that is around us and includes major content in life, that is physical, biological, earth, space science, everything. So it is a collection of knowledge and skills that assist in explaining our world and the relations between the living and non-living things. Science learning enables children to learn about nature, animals, plants, weather, water, and much more that they encounter in their daily lives. The experiences enable children to discover, learn, and explore using practical activities. There are several reasons why it is significant to provide science learning opportunities in early childhood. So let's see why is it important. First, it promotes the curiosity and desire to learn in children and explore. As they inquire, they start asking questions and seeking answers. This interest can be encouraged by educators by inviting children to observe, explore, and experiment with various materials. The other reason why is it important is that the children gain confidence and independence while they test different types of experiments. As the science experiments are so interesting as well, as children love water, sand, as we all know that, and children are proud of the learning when they test their ideas and find solutions. And we can use play-based learning strategy for this, as it is very useful. Children in the early years are best taught by the meanings of play, as they love to play as well. And science learning is inherent in activities like constructing with blocks, playing with water, studying nature, or testing materials, and these fun activities make learning fun and significant to the children. So let's see what are the science concepts in the early childhood. So the science concepts in early childhood are biological science, chemical science, earth science, space science, and physical science. So let's see what is biological science. It focuses on the study of living beings, and children come to know about plants, animals, insects, and people. How is the insect moving in the garden, and how's the plant growing? They can plant a seed and they can see it growing. And for the chemical science, it helps children to learn about the behavior and composition of the things, like we can mix salt and sugar in the water, or mix various types of paints, and they can experiment on the transformation of material under mixing and heating, or anything the educator saw. So it should be very curious for children as well. And for earth and space science, it is concerned with the knowledge of earth, weather, and space. Children can observe the sun. For the space science, the clouds and the rain, and the wind and the stars. And also they can look at the natural resources, water and soil and plants, for learning about earth science. And for physical science, it is used to make children it is used to give knowledge to children about push and pull, the force, cause and effect, matter, energy, magnets, and how does it go forward when we push the car, and what's the cause and effect. So they can learn about that. And let's see about the early childhood science processes. And one of the process is data and information processing and analysis. Another one is evaluating. Another one is communicating, which is also very important, and children can exchange their ideas and conversations through it. And let's look at the thinking skills in young children. Science learning also develops important skills, thinking skills in children. That is observation. They can look, they can observe the experiment, and prediction. What happens after this? What happens when we mix this? So they can predict. And another skill of thinking is problem solving, and also like they can make the block towers and solve the problems. And critical thinking also can be developed through the science learning, and when they ask questions, compare ideas, and search for various solutions. So overall, early childhood science learning can assist children to explore the world and become curious and construct valuable knowledge and thinking process. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Amuna, and today I will be presenting on biological science for children aged 0 to 2 years. So, biological science focus on helping children explore and understand living things such as plants, animals, and people. So, let's start. The early childhood biological science is connected with assisting young children to live, investigate, and comprehend living organisms, including plants and people. Learning in children who are between the age of 0 to 2 years old is not a process that occurs as a result of explicit teaching, but because of sensory discovery, play, and normal interaction with the surrounding. In this initial experience, children are encouraged to start forming an idea about the natural world. According to Tony Cliff, argued that young children acquire the most knowledge about the biological concept by engaging with living and natural materials. Play-based activities enable children to start asking questions, working with the materials, and formulate early thinking skills. These activities are also contribute to sensory learning, where children are taught with their hands on various textures, colors, and smells. So, according to McDonald and Rafferty, argued that early science experiences are significant toward the developmental thinking, communication, and problem solving skills among children. The best example for this will be our nature sensory basket of biological science learning experiences of infants and toddlers. In these activities, the children will be given natural materials like leaves, flowers, and grass. Children were advised to play with these materials at their own free will with senses. They can feel leaves, notice color of grass. The educator is very significant person in facilitating learning. As an example, they can tell the child is exploring, ask simple questions, or promote further interaction. According to Campbell and Howitt, play-based and sensory experience play a crucial role in facilitating early scientific knowledge. So this activity helps children to start becoming more aware of the things that live and those that do not live in their environment. Other essential skills in science are also acquired by children in this process. They are taught to see through their senses. They explore by interacting with materials and experimenting through play. Moreover, children start to express their thoughts in terms of sounds and gestures as well as the early language. These learning experiences strongly link with the early learning framework outcome 2, which emphasizes the relationship of children with the nature world, and outcome 4 is about children becoming confident and engaged learner, which is facilitated by exploration, curiosity, and problem solving. Responsive interaction also help the educator to adhere to the interests of children and assist the children in their engagement. A language-rich environment also assisted in communication and comprehension, as well as scaffolding to expand the thinking, learning of children. So, to sum up all this, biological science during early childhood help children to explore and learn about living things through valuable play experiences. The experiences add curiosity, sense building, and early scientific thinking. They also enable children to acquire valuable skill to observe, explore, and communicate. All in all, biological science prepare a solid background to lifelong learning and help children to become confident and active learner. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today I will be talking about art science to children between age 1 to 3. Earth science helps young children to be familiar to the natural world such as weather, land, water, and natural materials. Children also learn best at this age through sensory play, where their children interact through their touch, vision, and movement. As an illustration, children can be exposed to wet and dry, warm and cold water, which will help them in the simplification and meaningful interpretation of simple specific concepts. This is important as it will assist children to be inquisitive about nature at a tender age. It also helps them develop their language and observational skill because they can now start talking about what they are seeing and how they feel. In terms of EL wildlife, this links to outcome 2 and outcome 4. Slide 2, inquiry play experience. In my inquiry play experience, a weather discovery play table has been designed. The station consists of a spray bottle that symbolizes rain, a blue piece of clothes that symbolizes the sky, and the cotton that symbolizes clouds, and sand tray and a water tray that can be used to experience the difference between dry and wet. I have also used natural items such as leaves, sticks, and rocks. How educator introduce. So children, today we are going to discuss about the weather. What happens when it rains? Throughout the exercise, children will be able to spray water to make rain, combine sand and water, and takes various textures such as soft, wet, and dry. They are also able to categorize natural objects and create imaginary play of weather. This supports outcome 4 and outcome 5. Educator role and inquiry question. The role of educator is very important in this experience. Educators have to provide a abundant sensory atmosphere where there are no predetermined results. They also teach basic scientific terms such as wet, dry, rough, smooth, warm, cold, and also make sure that children are safe in the process of exploration. Educators also notice and recordings the learning of children, which helps in the planning of the future experience. The support of inquiry is important by asking open-ended question. For example, after adding water to sand, what happens? What is it like to be rained upon? What are the things you observe the clouds? What are the things you observe the clouds? Are they wet or dry objects? What do you see in the sky today? We can ask this type of open-ended question, and it support to outcome 1 and outcome 5. Learning results and thinking skill. Children acquire valuable skills in thinking scientifically through this experience. They are taught to notice changes, compare such materials as wet, dry, and simple predictions such as what will happen if I add water. They start to classify and sort items as well. With regards to language development, children are taught to explain texture and weather conditions in which using simple scientific terms. They also learn to listen, respond, and exchange ideas with others. The children begin to learn about cause and effect, begin to think about the surrounding world, and become interested in the natural process. This connects to outcome 4 and outcome 5. So overall, our science experience like this help young children become curious, confident learners who are connected to the natural world. Thank you.
Um, Space science aims at enabling children to learn about the concept of the Earth, Moon, Sun, and the stars, and other natural phenomena like day, night, light, sunlight, and moon, like the example. So, that early exposure of space science makes children understand pattern and changes in nature including day to night, which creates a solid base for understanding science. Space science is very significant, and it is very essential as it assists the children to know about the cycle of the nature, such as day and night, develop environmental awareness, develop interest in the universe. Likewise, Campbell research indicates that such experience foster wonder, imagination and inquiry, which are key to lifelong learning. Likewise, the learning experience is day and night exploration for the age group that is 3 to 4 years. Children are involved in the process of learning about the idea of day and night by using a torch or the sun like light, and then they can put the globe, and then wherever we put the torch, and then the educator asks the children, why is it bright, like why is it day in this side and why is it night on the other side. So how it works is, prepare a torch and a globe in a dark environment. The educator shines the torch on one side while rotating the globe slowly. Like I said, children observe how one side is light day and the other is dark night. Some questions to be asked are, why does it get dark at night? And also, what will become us when we roll the earth? So moving forward from this activity, the learning analysis EYLF is, this activity allows outcome number 4, confident and involved learner, because children can learn about cause and effect relationship through the investigation, which requires observation, prediction and experimentation skills. It also facilitates outcome number 5, the communication, as children explain what they observe, exchange their ideas and simplify the words like day, night, light and dark, building their language and knowledge. So likewise, space science has numerous interesting learning activities. Children can see the process of day and night, like I said, and also they also become communicative as they can convey their thoughts through drawing, playing and discussing. The space science is directly connected with the EYLF outcome number 2. Children relate to nature. Outcome number 4, children will be confident and engaged learners. Outcome number 5, children share their knowledge about the world. And also the use of storytelling around the moon and the star aids in imagination and meaningful meaning making. And likewise, the instruction strategies employed by educator assist in learning. Inquire, like what happened when the sun goes down, like what happened when the sun comes up, and then why is it dark, why is it light, why is it day on the other side. So likewise, play-based learning enables children to explore concept in an inventive way by drawing and storytelling, due to which they get so curious and then they start questioning, like it is light, it is dark, why is it dark, like is it a night time here? And then whenever the globe is around, like they get even more curious. So with these mediated interactions, children do not observe but learn significant things about concepts such as day and night, which is supported by Tunnicliffe. So this helps them to build up their curiosity, learn more experience, and then also get more curious and interested in science and nature, which is a very important factor. To sum up, lastly, space science assists the children in becoming curious, imaginative, and knowledgeable about the natural world using interesting and meaningful experiences. Thank you.
So let's talk about chemical science. The science of material substances, the transformations that happen when they interact with one another, is known as chemical science. Chemical science in early childhood education is concerned with simple observable process like mixing, reactions, dissolving and changes of states of matter. Chemical science learning with children between 4 to 5 years old is done through hands-on experiments, inquiry and play-based learning.
Children explore the behavior of materials while they are mixed, heated, or cooled. So children can learn about they can understand about the materials can be different and can vary differently, or they can respond differently. So let's talk about the importance of chemical science in early childhood. The early introduction of chemical science will help children in their normal interest to know how things work. Some of the questions that young children can pose are like, why are these bubbles coming out, or how are these bubbles made, and what happens when we mix this. These questions can be explored by children through activities in chemical science. Learning of chemical science also contributes towards the development of critical thinking, problem solving, and inquiry skills. Children are taught to be observant and make predictions, test ideas, and discuss their findings. Also, such activities help to improve language development, where children get to learn new scientific words like reaction, dissolve, mixture, or change, or heat or cooling. So another effect that chemical science has on teamwork and creativity, so that children can collaborate and experiment with materials. So let's see about the learning experience that can be done for 4 to 5 years old. That is a volcano eruption experiment. So children can create a model of volcano of clay or sand and put baking soda there. When real food coloring is combined, when red food coloring is combined with vinegar and poured into the volcano, it forms a bubbling eruption. I have done it in my center as well. So children were so much interested and excited to look at the volcano. And the learning focus is children observe a chemical reaction with results in the production of gas and gas bubbles. The science concept for this experiment is reactions of chemicals and gases. And the children will make basic volcano out of clay or sand. So the volcano is loaded with baking soda and then vinegar and the red food coloring, and so it can make a bubbling volcanic eruption. So this practical task will enable children to observe a chemical reaction in an interactive and entertaining manner. So the learning objective is become interested in understanding how things work, and also notice about the cause and effect, like combining substances that forms a reaction, and apply basic science terminology such as bubble, reaction, eruption, and develop inquiry and observation skills at this early age. So materials that can be needed are clay or sand, baking soda, vinegar, red food coloring, small container or a tray. And the procedure is, as I already told, they just add baking soda into the cup and add the red food coloring into the vinegar, ask children to guess what will happen, and then add mixture to the volcano. So the teaching strategies is open-ended questions. What do you think will happen? Why is it bubbling? Ask children to tell what they observe. Promote the use of vocabulary by discussion, and give children the opportunity to share and be active. So the learning extension that can be done is they repeat the experiment with different amounts to see changes and draw or talk about what happened. And the science process and thinking skills are observation, prediction, what will happen, they can predict the thing, and experimentation, inquiry, they can ask questions, and communication. And the EYLF link to this experiment is outcome 2.4. Children are socially responsible and respect the environment as they discover natural materials and scientific phenomena. And outcome 4.1, children will have dispositions like curiosity, cooperation, confidence, and enthusiasm in learning. Outcome 4.3 is using observations in new experiments, making children transfer and adapt learning. And outcome 5.1 is the children are able to communicate verbally and non-verbally to exchange ideas and observations in experiments.
Hi, it's me Sudipa. Today I'll be talking about physical science in early childhood with an emphasis on concepts like force, motion, and energy. So first of all, What is physical science? Physical science can make children comprehend the functioning of physical world. It deals with the study of motion of object, the action of forces on object, and the utilization of energy in daily experience. MacDonald and Rafferty observed that children learn science by engaging in practical exploration and experimentation. This learning domain is significant as it assists in early scientific thinking and also the problem solving skills. A case in point will be where children will push or pull things, start to learn about like cause, why is it pushing, why pulling, and then they will also learn about the cause and effect. They also begin to relate um, science to their real life experience. Physical science can be supported with plenty of interesting learning activities. Experiments like ramp and roll activities allow children to experiment with speed and movement. Likewise, this learning is closely related to the EYLF outcome number 2, which helps children to relate to their world. Outcome number 4 is about exploration, learning, and problem solving. Outcome number 5 emphasizes expression of ideas using various forms. This physical science experience enables children to grow in a variety of EYLF outcome in the form of active and play exploration. By pushing, rolling, and dropping things, they will be involved, confident, and also by knowing cause and effect relationship. Their physical activities including reaching, grasping, moving things facilitate coordination and achieve when children take action and see the outcomes. Likewise, the learning experience for the children of age 5 to 6 is a ramp and roll activity. Children are engaged in learning about movement of object with ramp and toy car like little balls, and to explain how it works, it's like provide different ramps, slit, flat, long or short. Children roll cars, ball, and observe speed, like whenever they drop it. And question to ask, including following: what ramp does it, and then how fast does it go? Also, learning analysis is this experience will reinforce outcome number 4. It also develops scientific investigation abilities like predicting, absorbing, and comparing. Children are able to create outcome number 5 through discussion and describing their thoughts and using descriptive words such as fast, slow, and far. So likewise, educator can be significant in terms of pedagogy, question and answer. Learning makes children inquire and explore. Learning through observation gives children an opportunity to venture into the real world. Active learning and creativity are supported by play. Lastly, purposeful instruction assists teachers to direct the thinking of children by questioning and modeling. According to Tunnicliffe, purposeful guided conversation can assist children in developing a better perception of scientific concept. To sum up, play-based and purposeful learning in physical science in early childhood helps develop curiosity, exploration, and critical thinking.